you're building a new product, or you're trying to grow an online business, what's your most important asset? Let's talk about the time that you can never get back. Oh, and there's also money. Regardless, you want to avoid regret because those are resources that you could have spent on something else if you weren't able to do your homework. Let's talk about avoiding online business regret. Let's talk about preventing online business regret. Let's look at a metaphor right here. Imagine building a business only to discover you married the wrong, not spouse, but the wrong online business. We want to avoid this because your most important asset, we know it's very easy to quantify the money that we use for building out a business, but your most important asset is your time. Think about the opportunity cost. Time is a resource that you can't get back. You spend time building something, you can't turn time back to build something else, right? The good thing is, it can be avoided often if we just do our homework. And let's talk about the case of Peter. He's the type who begins with a product in mind. He's a creative person. He likes to build stuff, right? The problem is Peter often discovers whenever he builds stuff after spending time in his laboratory. Well, actually, he's a software developer. After spending heads down on his computer, he would discover that not as many people as he hoped would use his product, would use his software, right? Let's talk about the case of Sam. Sam has a profitable consulting practice. He's on top of his game in terms of making money, right? With one key problem. He's not fired up about it. He'd rather be doing something else. Some examples would be he doesn't want to trade dollars per hour, right? Because he's doing a service. It means if he stops, he's not making money while he's asleep, because the revenue is directly proportional to the amount of time that he spends. That's just one example. But other types of regret that this consultant might experience is he might be doing something that's profitable, but that's not the thing that's most aligned to what he enjoys doing. He might want to be in the business in another domain, but this is the one that's making money and people depend on him. So it's hard to just pull out and move on elsewhere because people are going to get disappointed, right? Now, wouldn't it be nice to get it both ways? It's something that you care about, it's something that you're passionate about. At the same time, it makes profit for you, right? How do we do that? Let's talk about doing your homework before marrying your online business, before spending time building out your product like Peter. Because you love software, you build apps, or maybe you're building information products like courses, or maybe you're writing a book. You're a creative person and you're building a product out of your creativity. Before you marry that product, do your homework. Before you marry building a business that is profitable, do your homework as well, right? First is to avoid marrying the wrong product. You want to validate demand first before building it. Build the marketing before the product, right? Every product should have a clear proposition in the first place, so you might as well validate that proposition. Build an audience around it. You can get people to follow you and see if they want to get more updates regarding solving that problem. Maybe through content. But the point is, you gotta collect emails, you gotta get followers, you gotta build a tribe around solving the specific problem before locking the door and going heads down building something that people may or may not want. Unless you say, of course, that you don't care if no one uses it, then that's a totally different story. But even before that, this is the usual problem that that Sam, a consultant, a service person might experience. Maybe he's building out something that's profitable. There's a clear demand for his service, except on hard days he's not super pumped because he's not in love with the problem, or he doesn't care so much about the customer. So even before coming up with the idea that you will validate, take steps backward and know what's acceptable for you, know what you care about, and only play with the ideas within the realm of what you care about. Alright. By doing this, you get the both of the best. By doing this, you get the best of both worlds. Right? You happily make profit. There you have it. I propose that you do your homework. Ask yourself, what problem are you willing and able to solve? And keep up on northbound.io for more advice like this one.